Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Lara and today we are doing another pick a card reading or pick a magical woman reading, and we're focusing on the question, what is blocking your success? Whatever your success looks like to you, however you define success, you clearly were drawn into this reading for a reason. So we will be diving into anything that might be blocking your success, if there even is anything. So once you feel ready, breathe deeply, relax. You can cozy up with a blanket, a cup of tea or coffee, some water, and then take a look at all three of these magical women on the screen and select whichever one you feel most drawn to. Some of you might feel more comfortable asking out loud to your spirit guides, the universe, yourself, the question, what is blocking my success for my highest good? Let me know. And then whichever one of these women you feel most drawn to, that will indicate your group, and you can either watch through or click ahead to your reading using the timestamps. Some of you guys might feel drawn to more than one group, and that's perfectly fine. There just might be multiple messages for you in today's reading. I also want to remind you guys that I do offer personal readings on my website, one-on-one, spiritpsychic.org. The link to that is always in the description. They are $100, and just straight up, I believe they're on sale though, at the time that I'm posting this. And you will get a video reading just like how I do these YouTube readings, except showing my face, and we will focus on whatever questions you have. So go ahead and check that out. Let's begin. Hello, group number one, and welcome. Let's begin. What is standing in the way of your success? I really randomly felt called to do this reading, and I wanted to keep it to a very simple reading. So I think that we should do just 5 cards, see what comes out, and then after that we'll see if we feel called to do anything else. So what is standing in the way of your success, whatever that success is, whatever success means for you, whatever your personal definition is for success, what is standing in the way of it? We have the 9 of Cups in reversed. I don't know why the first thing that comes to my mind here is I feel guided to ask you, are you spending enough time on yourself, or are you constantly focusing on all of the people around you? Do you have enough time, energy, and resources to focus on your goal, your happiness, or whatever it is that you know will bring you success? Are you using your energy to achieve that, or are you kind of codependently pouring your energy, your time, your worrying? I really, the word worry stands out to me. Worrying about other people when you should be worrying about yourself. That's kind of what I feel is coming through in your reading today. Second card out is the Hermit in reversed. Yes. Okay, I'm seeing a story here. Wow. There's a huge raven outside my window. I wish I could show you. Raven spirit guides might be really significant for you. They tend to connect with people who are into the occult, magic, psychic stuff. So, I'm not surprised that it's showing up in your reading. You're literally someone who's interested in a tarot reading. Not surprised that ravens connect with you. But there's a divine coordination going on in your life right now where you're temporarily feeling separated from the people around you. So some of you guys might have gone through a breakup. The people in your life is extra busy. You might be having some drama there. Whenever the Hermit card comes out in reversed, you're feeling particularly separated from your support system, maybe even a little bit lonely, or just afraid that you're going to be lonely. And Spirit's saying, we are kind of forcing you to spend more time on your own right now so that you can focus on the things that you know will bring you success. Because the problem was, the things you have to do already that will lead to your prosperity and your success, but you were getting into this habit, this routine of kind of getting dopamine, getting happiness from external relationships. And then that cycle would distract you from focusing on what you had to. So I don't know, I'm seeing like a kind of an infinity loop, which to me symbolizes kind of like a codependent cycle where you're kind of addicted to the highs and lows that you get from other people. When someone's around you and they're giving you attention, it's very loving, it's very fun, your happiness spikes and you feel fulfilled. But then that person or those people, if they're friends, may be busy with their own lives, and then you feel sad. And you see, I feel like your happiness is being sourced externally, which will keep you in this perpetual loop of being up and down, up and down. And this might have been reflected in your life. You might have had like issues with other people month after month. It might have even synced and connected with your cycles. If you have period cycles, PMDD, or just regular PMS, you might have noticed that the lows would sync with your the time in your cycle right before your period. So I mean, like, I'm just seeing this cyclical pattern of highs and lows when it came to other people. And the reason for that is because you were kind of misplacing some source, you were misplacing your happiness externally, which is really, really common, especially in divine feminine people. You know, we're actually taught growing up, which is just messed up, that we should really just be a good, like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of women are taught in particular to just accommodate everyone around them and kind of be a people pleaser. And it's just not healthy. So yeah, I'm seeing a necessary separation from your support, whether it's that you're going through drama with them and you need your space, whether you went through a breakup, whether everyone's just seemingly busy in your life right now. The message here is to spend this time alone to do the things you need to do and get into a routine, get into a cycle where you are able to do whatever it is that you need to do to achieve your success. Again, whatever that success looks like for you. Third card out, we have the Two of Swords, protecting your peace, protecting your energy. Yeah, I feel this might have been a lesson that you've been integrating recently. You might have been having some epiphanies around this lesson, so it might not be news that I'm delivering this. And the Two of Swords is kind of saying that you're in this kind of, you feel like you're in this delicate space where you had just learned this lesson. And you don't want to accidentally fall back into that old habit, that old pattern, that old cycle. So I'm kind of seeing you not really making any, like, just trying really hard to stay centered, stay grounded, and maintain this peace that you kind of created. Really interesting message there. Moving forward, we have the Page of Cups in reversed. Okay, yeah, definitely seeing a period of time where you're either single or you're separated from loved ones. Okay? Definitely seeing that for you, group number one. If this does not resonate for you, you might want to pick another pile, because I'm seeing it quite strongly with the Page of Cups in reversed. It's like love isn't there, or you're in a separation with someone, or you just feel unsupported at this time. Pages represent energies, messages coming through. A Page of Cups represents love, emotional fulfillment from other people, from external sources. And in reverse, it's saying like spirit is blocking that from you right now. It's not an illusion. Spirit really is blocking that from you right now. Blocking relationships, blocking your friendships, it's kind of your social life at this time. Because I feel like what they're saying is that if we gave you what you wanted, which is this emotional fulfillment right now, you would just fall back into that old cycle. You know, you truly have to learn how to be happy on your own. Like, this is a karmic spiritual lesson for you, because they want to bring you love. You know, they're not trying to punish you. And in retrospect, many months and years from now, you're going to look back at this time and be like, thank God that spirit blocked this from me, because I was able to manifest amazing, amazing relationships by having this time on my own to kind of like get my crap together and find peace, find happiness, develop healthy boundaries and all that on my own. So interesting. Fifth card out is the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I keep coming back to this, and we have two twos here. Two is the number of relationships and our connections with others. The number 2 also stands out to me as Taurus and the second house, which has to do with money. It has to do with our personal possessions, as well as our sense of self-worth and beauty. So perhaps it's that your relationships are being blocked because you are not putting enough energy, effort, and time into your own money, resources, appearances, health, things like that. And you are kind of using these relationships as a sense of security, a sense of fulfillment, even if you were lacking that security on your own. Whatever security you were lacking, okay? It could have been a sense of self-worth, so your confidence was low and you were dependent on other people to kind of boost your confidence, or it could be that your finances were low. And, and that's a very difficult stress to go through. And instead of kind of going through that stress, working through it, and, coming out with more money, you kind of use these relationships to distract you from the problem instead of solving the problem. So I'm seeing a theme here of you were using relationships to distract yourself from some of the problems that were blocking your own success. And those problems are related to Taurus, the second house, sense of self-worth, money, or possessions, okay? So you're going through this temporary period right now of being alone, or just kind of feeling a little bit on your own, to really focus on you and pour into your own cup. The bottom of your deck energy is the Star. See, this is the card of success, of fulfillment, through believing yourself, acknowledging your self-worth, and following your spirit guides' advice for you, listening to your own intuition to manifest your dreams into reality. You can do it. Group number 1, you have to restore that faith in yourself and stop using distractions. We are going to get some clarifying cards for you, because why not? And then we will get some advice from the Oracle, allowing your spirit guides to just kind of deliver whatever message they have for you at this time. So we're just going to clarify each of these cards. First, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. This is a huge confirmation of like having some problems with Taurus energy, with second house energy, with the energy of money, self-worth. I just feel like there's a need here for you to kind of save your money, build your money, kind of shower yourself with positive affirmations about yourself. Increase your worth. Okay, increase your worth is really sticking out to me with these two cards. And that could be like telling yourself positive affirmations about how worthy you are, how beautiful you are, kind of changing that inner dialogue of self-hatred and turning it into one of value, and just kind of building up your own success story. The King of Pentacles is someone who's worked hard in their life to afford their beautiful home and look, they have an at-home library that is like, or at least that's what I view it as. And that's one of my dreams, to have a house big enough to have a little at-home library. They're surrounded with the things that they love, their hobbies, comfortable. They dress how they want to dress. They look how they want to look. And they have their loyal companion by their side. So this is really representing that very grounded energy of like just working to achieve your dream life, spirituality, psychology aside. This is a really grounded message of literally just taking care of the very physical nature of your life, of your reality. Your relationships external to yourself cannot replace that sense of material security that comes from money and health. Because, money means nothing if you ain't got your health. I mean, for real. And your health don't mean nothing if you're worrying about where you're going to eat, or if you're going to afford to eat every single day. So health and wealth, honestly, incredibly important in this experience of living in Earth as a human. And we can sit here and say it's not all we want as spiritual people, but it really is. You're half spirit, half human. You're half Earth, half spirit. Okay, and that Earth side of you needs some attention. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse right underneath this Hermit card. Yeah, I definitely think there's a problem here of distracting yourself with kind of like going out or fun or new people. The Knight of Wands is an energy that seeks stimulation, okay? And your brain, it almost seeks that stimulation in that continuous way that we were just talking about, where you'll have these highs, these emotional highs because of your external people and reality, but then it's followed by these lows, and you need to learn how to kind of create a more stable sense of happiness within yourself, okay? We also have the Nine of Swords reversed. There is some mental health issues that comes from this. I mean, like, Nine of Swords reversed is a card of just being anxious, depressed, being on the struggle bus in general, could even be like insomnia. So again, it goes back to taking care of your health, taking care of your wealth, because when your health or wealth is not there, that is when things like anxiety really take over. Your mind and body are extremely connected. Make sure that you're getting all the nutrients that you need. Look into supplements if you want for anxiety, for insomnia, and just like make it your priority to just be a calm person with stable mental health and to increase your internal sense of value. While you're doing that, also make sure that you are actually doing things to save up your money or make more money or to keep yourself aligned with the energy of health. Things like exercising, walking, eating high quality foods. Okay, we have the Five of Wands in reverse right underneath that Page of Cups. Yeah, it seems to me that there is some type of drama that has happened in your social life, in your love life. Someone might have said something to you that was quite hurtful, or you might have gotten into an argument with a loved one, broken up, or kind of are just in this separation, taking a break from each other, from someone in your life because the drama is causing a high amount of anxiety for you. So it seems to me that like love is kind of shut down right now. Your social life is kind of shut down right now. And then we have the Nine of Cups, upright. Look at that. It goes from reverse to upright. See, we're seeing more of a balance that you're creating within yourself. That's your key to success here. Creating more balance within yourself, making sure that you are able to meet your needs. Of course, you can't meet all of your needs on your own, like the need for affection and community, you require other people for that. But in general, this is just kind of like, I'm getting the message of just like getting your crap together, making sure that you are taking care of your health properly, of your finances properly, of your mental health properly. Like all of those things are controlled by you. Making sure that you're balancing those things out and being a peaceful person before you're out here worrying about relationships and stuff like that, okay? Bottom of the spread for this one is the Hangman in reverse. You might be feeling like you're in this period of limbo, kind of waiting for the universe, like where's my manifestation at? And then the universe is saying back to you, well, if you're in this energy of waiting, you might as well focus on becoming your best version right now, all right? So from the Mystical Shaman Oracle, you had the Jaguar card come out in reverse, and I just, for some reason, knew that this card was going to come out. As I was shuffling, I kept visioning a jaguar, and here it is. This is another spirit guide of yours, I imagine. And also, I don't know why, the same type of person that attracts crow spirits also resonates well with jaguar spirits. I that's just a weird thing that I noticed when I do like mediumship readings for people. The jaguar is the protector of all life in the Amazon, and in times of fear, she brings courage and certainty. Jaguar is at the top of the food chain and never becomes prey. With great stealth, she can track her mark from a distance and not be seen or heard. She moves gracefully through the jungle, relishing the abundance of the rainforest, fearless and at ease. Jaguar knows the ways beyond death and is the master of shadows, blending invisibly between light and dark, day and night. I'm seeing an energy here of kind of like quietly working on your projects, working on your health, not being very boastful about it. Because here's the thing. And this is especially true for you, you're someone who derives a great amount of like happiness hormones from other people to the point where it's almost a problem for you. So Spirit is saying like, if you have a good idea, maybe keep it to yourself, don't allow yourself to get the satisfaction of telling people your good idea. Allow yourself to get the satisfaction of actually accomplishing your idea. Here's the thing. I feel like when the spirit of an idea visits us and wants us to manifest it, it wants to be manifested in the physical realm one way or another. So when you have a good idea and you just kind of excitedly tell someone about that idea, have you ever noticed that you're less likely to actually do it after you tell them? The reason for that is because you're kind of releasing that idea into the physical realm, manifesting it in the physical realm via words, via talking about it. But if you kind of keep it to yourself, make a game plan and take action on it, and then get into a habit of taking action on it and then telling people, if you want, close loved ones, and then after all of your successes, you can come out about this idea or this project to the masses. Am I making sense right now? Like, so I'll give you an example. This is one that many, many people say all the time. I should start going to the gym. And they say that to someone, like, oh yeah, I should really start going to the gym. And then they say it, they never end up going. You know what I'm saying? By saying it, it kind of gives this false sense of doing it in your mind, or at least that's kind of how I view it. Whereas if you didn't say it, just stop saying that to anyone. And you just sat there with the uncomfortable energy of wanting to do something and not doing it. And you just drag yourself there and actually do it, actually take action. And then you actually make it like a routine, a habit for yourself. You know, by not telling people, it almost gives it more power. Does that make sense? And I'm not saying to hide anything from anyone around you. I'm just saying. But anyways, this card did come out in reversed for you originally, which is the Jaguar spirit giving you its healing medicine. So this is what it says. What in your life needs to be released? What have you carried around you, or what have you carried with you for too long, which is ready to be let go of once and for all? Jaguar medicine is available to heal the fear so you can allow it to go. It's time to come out of the shadows and end the shadow games that you may have unconsciously agreed to play. Call on Jaguar to unfetter you from toxic relationships and recover your natural instinct for the right people and situations. Yeah, that is the medicine of the Jaguar. See, us humans, we carry so much stuff, like literally, we literally carry so much stuff. Like you have your house, you have all your belongings, you have all this baggage, all of your energy cords attached to certain individuals in your life. The spirit of the Jaguar teaches us to be so impeccably pure in our aura, in our energy, that we're just rawly connected to the divine. And when you're rawly connected to the divine, your instincts are loud and clear and will guide you every step of the way. And that's why we have the phrase like cat-like reflexes. They are just raw in spirits. They don't have all this extra energetic baggage to them. Oh, some of them do. You know, some of them do. My cat Valak, he has PTSD because he was bullied when he was a kitten by my other cat, Mr. Pants. It was this whole thing. And he's a derpy little guy. Like, he's not good at hunting at all. And I think that's because energetically, he has all this other crap layered onto his aura. But when you have that pure aura, that pure essence of just like being in the present moments, unconditionally you, listening to your instincts, that is when you can make the best decisions. How do you get there? Group number 1, meditation. For humans is the way to get there. Meditation is literally just the act of breathing, focusing on the present moment. Naturally, your thoughts, your ideas, the spirit of these things that you're carrying will pop into your mind, and then you acknowledge them, and then you let them go, and then you return back to breathing. So meditation is literally just the act of remembering, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be in the present moment, returning back to that present moment. And then, you know, another thing comes up and then you're like, oh yeah, return back to the present moment. That is meditating. People always tell me that they can't meditate because their mind is too busy. And I'm just like, if your mind's too busy, that means you should be meditating even more. You know, when you're able to do that cycle of just returning back to breath, you are meditating successfully. You don't have to achieve this meditation high of like being no one and nothing and just feeling completely connected to the divine. You will get there naturally the more you practice. But that is how you meditate. And when you meditate, you're clearing away all of the baggage that you carry. And that is what the Jaguar is trying to tell you to do here. Step into into your inner Jaguar soul, which I just have a feeling that many of you had a past life as a big cat or a cat in general. And it's kind of asking you to get back in touch with that. And in order to do that, you know, you need to meditate. You need to cleanse away all of this junk you're carrying in your aura. That is what is preventing you from being in your cat-like reflexes. When you're in your cat-like reflexes, you'll have an idea pop to you into your mind, like when you wake up in the morning and you're like, that's what I need to do this day. Or you'll just have really natural instincts when it comes to the people around you and what you should do next. And then when you follow those instincts, it will lead you to your success. So it's kind of saying restore that ability within yourself. Restore yourself to your greatest good by getting rid of the crap in your life, in your mind, really. Get rid of the mental crap. Sometimes the mental crap can manifest as physical crap. Like you have all these random connections, all this random junk in your house, you know. Your external reality is only a reflection of your internal reality. And Jaguar, they travel far, far distances with nothing. Just them, their instincts, okay? Their instincts always lead them to food. Their instincts always lead them to partners and to happiness and to success. You don't need a special tool because everything that you need is already within you. Okay, we have new beginnings coming out for you from spirit, from your spirit guides and ancestors, past loved ones. Everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving, and therefore continuously changing and evolving. Be aware that a new beginning is on the horizon. Have faith and courage, because right now life is trying to nudge you forward and move you in a new direction. I wonder what that direction is for you. This might be related to you kind of stepping away from your certain social connections in your life. Jaguar medicine did say, cut the toxic people, cut, all that junk out of your life. So I do wonder if your new beginning is involving you kind of being more independent. I wonder if your new beginning is one where you're the main character of your story. You're no longer serving everyone around you needlessly. Okay. Dropped a card. Back to business, y'all. Let's get some more advice from Spirit, some hardcore advice now. So your cards went flying everywhere. The one that went on the ground is called What the Hell Are You Waiting For? Get that stuff done. If you're waiting for a sign, well, here it effing is. Yep. Stop using people as distractions is what I want to say. All right, we have the card Love coming out for you. And it says, get some, give some. It will cheer your booty up. Okay. We have some good issues about to happen. This is a sign. We're seeing new beginnings. Good stuff is on the horizon. Your spirit guides are saying, listen, there's some really good blessings coming your way quite soon. Don't let your issues F it up. Yeah, we do see issues with this 9 of Swords reversed over here. Getting your mental health under control, honestly, it seems like the move for you. It seems like the move because just being in a calm state of mind, you'll realize how beautiful your reality is right now. Instead of trying to constantly be changing your reality, because your reality is always changing. Like it said, continuously changing and evolving. So you don't need to sit in this vibration of desiring to the point where you're just really unhappy. And that's something I learned myself. At one point in my life, I was living in poverty and I just really was struggling with financial stress. And I sat there and I was doing everything that I could to grow my business and to make changes that were healthy for myself. And then one day I'm like, why don't I make changes to become a calmer person who is more at ease with my reality? And so what I did was I cut back on added sugars. I exercised at least 3 times a week, hard strength workouts. What else did I do? I was meditating. Not every single night, but almost every single night. I was taking better care of my hygiene, like my teeth and doing the things that I do to make myself feel confident. And that improving my mental health actually made me realize how awesome my current reality was. Even though I wasn't, having enough money, I already was living in a nice environment. And because I calmed down, I was able to actually be way more productive and get more stuff done to get myself out of that reality anyways. We also have, this is a strange one, effing apologize. And it says, seriously, just do it. I don't know if you did something that needs to, if you need an apology or something, I don't know. And then we have make better effing choices. By the way, with all these messages, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. It says, if you are pissed at where you're at, then stop taking yourself there. Yeah. Yep. As adults, we are responsible for our reality, straight up. I meet so many people who forget their power. So many people who sit here and have excuses for why their life looks the way that they look. Like, there's this person I know who honestly, like, I don't know how to put it other than they're a hater and kind of a loser. Like, not to be mean, but like, they're just constantly negative and hating on everyone who isn't them all of the time. And this person, like, straight up has nothing for themselves, 30 years old. They are kind of just like living with their friends and just doing the absolute bare minimum in life. They hate their job. Their job makes nothing, requires nothing. And then when they're done working, they just come home and watch TV, and that's that. Like, and their excuse for that is the way that they're raised. Their excuse for that is, well, I don't try new things because my parents traumatized me or whatever. I don't like this, I don't like that because the way I was raised. And I'm like, honey, you're 30 years old. Like, you're a grown adult. If you're an adult, your reality is the way that it is because of you. Straight up. I mean, there's a point where we have to stop blaming our childhood and our parents. Like, that might explain how you got here. But every single present moment, you have an opportunity to change where you're at. And that's the medicine of the jaguar. The jaguar doesn't bring the past with them everywhere they go. They're always right in the present moment. Because of that, they're able to listen to their instincts that guide them to their prize, to their food, to their prosperity. And Jaguar is saying you need to do that as well. Get your head out of the clouds. Get your head out of the past and the future. Put it right back in the present moment. Practicing meditation may help you achieve what you want way more than you realize. So your final message from Spirit is a postcard from your spirit guides, past loved ones, and ancestors, Spirit as a whole. Dear you, do you ever feel like you need to do all the work and fix everything for everyone, or you might have no value? Oh my God. Bringing it home with the final card. I got goosebumps. Literally, that was what your reading was all about, was it not? Like, you're constantly worrying. We use the word worry too. Constantly worrying about everyone around you except for yourself. And you use that as a distraction from your own problems that you should be solving. Like, you should be focusing on your own crap. You should be solving your own problems, but then you're focusing on other people's problems to distract yourself from your problems. Because when you're focused on other people's problems, it doesn't feel as bad as when you focus on your problems. You're slightly detached from it, but you can focus on your own problems while having this detached kind of peace. And we talked about having value, seeing value in yourself and material, physical value, right? That's the second house. That's Taurus. Seeing value, seeing worth in yourself will attract value and worth externally in the form of money, in the form of material abundance, and all that good stuff. And that might be where you're lacking success-wise. And Spirit is saying, like, you have to be focusing on this right now. You've been distracting yourself, so Spirit's taking away the distractions, which are people in your life. Maybe you think you need to control everything or else nothing will get done. I lost my spot. Or nothing will get done, be healed, be completed, etc. You may think that you need to conform to what others expect of you or choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome, but we don't think that would be a good choice. How about this? Even if it makes you temporarily uncomfortable, do something different. Set that boundary. Delegate responsibility to another. Ask for your needs to be met. And when faced with an impossible situation or a sticky and meshed relationship, repeat this mantra: I didn't cause it, I can't control it, and it's not my job to cure it. Absolutely. Then carry on. Feels good, doesn't it? The best part is everything just seems to work out beautifully and honestly in the end. Love you so, so much. I think the problem, group number one, is that you're trying to fix, heal, control, and do for other people what they need to do on their own. You know what I'm saying? And you're kind of doing that instead of focusing on your own crap. Everyone should be focused on their own happiness, okay? Get your own happiness and then come together to share that happiness. Whereas I think you're viewing relationships, and I don't think you realize this, more codependently, where you're trying to fix the other person's problems and you're kind of trying to have the other person fix your problems. But that's not sustainable because we can't be present for other people 100% of the time, and people can't be present for you 100% of the time. Meaning, if you derive your happiness from that way, you're not going to be happy all of the time, or you're not at least going to be peaceful all of the time. So yeah, just kind of, this is asking you to care less about other people's problems, Stop trying to force people to change. Like, if they want to be a loser, that's on them. If they don't want to do something, that's on them. You can only give your advice, carry on. Like, don't waste your breath constantly trying to turn people into the highest version of themselves that you see. Stop trying to waste your energy turning someone into exactly who you need them to be. Be that person for yourself instead. Okay, we're going to leave it off there. That's a lot of wisdom to integrate, okay? Thank you guys for joining me. Leave your love, your comments, your tips and advice, your stories for other group number ones to read, okay? Love you guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like this video, and I will see you for the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, group number 2. Let's see what is blocking your success. I just want to do a simple reading with 5 cards, maybe some clarification, and then we can get some oracle messages from your spirit guides to give you any advice to overcome these blockages to your success. Your success is however you define it, okay? There's no set definition of what success is. So whatever success looks like for you. Obviously, you felt drawn to this reading for some reason, so let's find out. First card is the Queen of Cups in reversed. Okay, so this could either be you or it could be someone in your life. But honestly, like, I always view these court cards as a little bit of both, because the people in your life that emotionally trigger you, whether that's in a good way or a bad way, they are a reflection of something within yourself. And the Queen of Cups in reversed is showing someone who is a bit emotionally volatile, okay? Maybe they have a hard time with their natural cycles in life, and they kind of have a hard time expressing their emotions in a healthy way. For example, this could be a mother figure who oversteps boundaries a lot, who projects the way that she thinks onto her children. So, I mean, if you're actually literally having problems with your mother figure or someone in your life, that's emotionally upsetting you, try to look at that as well as how you are reflecting that energy within yourself. The Queen of Cups really just calls for more emotional regulation and healthy boundaries as well. I think that's the biggest thing that comes with the Queen of Cups in reversed. It's asking you to develop healthy boundaries both with yourself and the people around you. So, for example, no one should have the right to talk to you disrespectfully and have access to you 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Like, really hardcore look and study online, like, what it means to have good, healthy boundaries, because the Queen of Cups suggests that there is poor boundaries. This could also be like with other people in your life or with yourself, Maybe you have poor boundaries when it comes to technology or emotional eating or procrastinating. It's calling for more discipline both with yourself and towards the people around you in your life. You shouldn't just stand there and take it. You shouldn't just people please or be like a doormat for others. You know what I'm saying? So boundaries is really coming up here as an example of something that may be preventing your success. There may be some poor boundaries here that are draining you emotionally, okay? I ask yourself, is there anyone in your life who feels like they're emotionally draining you? Their energy you feel exhausted after dealing with them, or you feel like you almost have to walk on eggshells around them so that you don't upset them. That's Queen of Cups reversed energy, okay? Next, we have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords shows, there's a lot of emotional elements here. The water in tarot represents emotions, and the Six of Swords shows that you're currently in this kind of rocky, wavy waters emotionally intense times, and you just want peace. It just feels like emotional exhaustion to me. Just wanting peace, no longer wanting to fight, no longer wanting to argue, no longer wanting to spend time around these people who are draining to you. This queen, though, is the more mature and older of the court cards. So I do wonder if there's someone who has been in your life for a long time, okay, I would say years, who is emotionally draining you because there's like problem after problem, and you're just trying to navigate this relationship and your life to peace and to calmer waters, calmer shores, but it's a little bit difficult at this time. Now, I'm not giving any advice with this, because the Six of Swords can be both a card of moving on from someone and going towards peace, or going towards peace with them in your life. But I'm really just seeing that one of the blockages to your success right now seems to be involved with your emotions, and there's an emotional drain. Okay, an energetic drain happening here. The Hangman reversed. This is asking you why you're waiting around and not really doing anything. Why aren't you doing anything about the situation? It kind of seems like you're just kind of going with the flow, going with it, when you should be standing up for yourself, speaking up for yourself, or leaving a situation. But waiting around in the current vibration that you're at with this person isn't really going to help. You know what this really reminds me of? And I do wonder if someone watching is in this situation where you're like a young adult, or an older teenager, and you're living with your parents, and it's like a toxic living situation. And you do have a job, and you could technically afford to move out, but that would be a really big expense for you. So you're debating on like just staying here, dealing with the toxicity to save money. And the answer to that type of scenario is always that it's better to choose your peace and spend the money on your peace than to stay in situations that really surpass your boundaries and drain you emotionally. Because when you're feeling drained, you're not really going to be able to focus on your success and focus on the things that you want to develop anyways. And whenever the Hangman comes out in reverse like this, it kind of gives the message of, why are you hanging around? Why are you still waiting? We have the Ten of Cups reversed. Absolutely. Yeah, this is, okay, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, like you don't have any problems in any of your relationships or family or home or emotions at this time, I don't think that you selected the right group. Ten of Cups reversed is a card of having some type of emotional drama or upset in your home, family, or serious relationship is what I would say. And you're just kind of needing that peace. I keep coming back to the word peace, because it just feels like someone around you is emotionally draining. And I can tell you this firsthand from personal experience. Sometimes you think that like, sure, whatever, I feel a little tired when I'm around them, they're emotionally draining, but like, there's no need to cut them off fully. But I was there before. I was friends with someone for many, many years who was emotionally draining for me, because I kept like using my logic, saying like, I'm not going to ruin the friendship and walk away from the friendship entirely, just because they're emotionally draining and have poor boundaries. But then when we finally did walk away, like that was, one of the best decisions ever, because I had more energy than ever. I was more inspired. And it's like right when I left that emotionally draining situation, there's things that like I didn't even realize, like they were giving me insecurities, that it was their insecurities that was just rubbing off on me. And my entire life, in every single section of my life, improved once I let go of that draining person, because they're literally, what they're doing is draining your energy. Your energy is what attracts success, blessings, abundance, opportunities into your life. So when someone around you is draining that from you, you're less powerful. You're less successful. We have the King of Swords. Yeah, this is definitely the attitude and the energy you should be taking on right now. Taking no crap, playing no games. That's what I think of when I see the King and Queen of Swords. It's someone who plays no games. Like, I don't give into that. Try to channel that energy in your life. You might actually have someone in your life who's a good example of this energy. They don't play around. They don't mess around, okay? If someone shows them a red flag, they're not sticking around to, find out more, and they're a really good person for you right now. They're a really good role model for you. You should be taking on more of that kind of cutthroat energy is what I want to say. So moving on. Also, take on that cutthroat energy with your own gosh darn self, you know? King of Swords is very organized and hardworking. Make a plan, go for it. I just feel like your water energy is compromised right now. Water energy is like emotions, spirituality, magic. So, like waiting around for a relationship, a friendship to improve, waiting around for your manifestation to come through, when the message here is to take on more of that air element of intellect, logic, planning out, hard work, being driven and succeeding. That's what you need more of right now, which is interesting because I feel like group number 1 was needing way more earth energy in their life, and now you're coming through needing more air energy in your life. I mean, success to me is a balance of all things. Like when you're perfectly balanced and in harmony, that is success. And so I'm not surprised that the spirit of the elements are coming through in these readings. And the spirit of air is coming through saying, like, you need more of me in your life. So follow your head a little bit more at this time. Okay, you may have a problem where your heart loves certain individuals who you know aren't good for you, and then you follow your heart even though your head is saying, hey, this person's not good, this person's draining you. Now, there are tons of people in the world, and you will meet people who will make sense for both your heart and your head. And those are the people you should be surrounding yourself with, you know? So we're needing more intellect, more organization. Let's get some clarifying cards here. Clarifying the Queen of Cups. Wow. Clarifying the Queen of Cups reverse. We have the Queen of Cups upright. Look at that. Can't make this stuff up, guys. Literally. She's like, nope, I meant what I said. Queen of Cups. Exactly. This is you becoming balanced and developing those healthy boundaries. So the thing about the Queen of Cups is that she is an emotional expert. Okay, these are our friends, our family who is like incredibly emotionally intelligent. They're like the therapists of the group, right? So try to envision yourself as that. You know, the thing about the Queen of Cups is she's not just letting any old person into her heart, into her space. She has really good boundaries out of all of the queens, okay? Because she understands that the love, the time, the energy that she gives is extremely precious. And this is you, okay? You're the Queen of Cups. I almost wonder if you have a lot of water signs in your chart. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. She does not give time, energy, and attention to people who drain her and like, you know, it's like giving advice to that one friend who constantly complains, but then they never do anything to change their life. That is an emotional drain because you're wasting your energy giving advice. You're wasting your energy pouring into it. You waste your energy when you argue with people who are argumentative. I'm seeing, I keep coming back to like a family member. So I wonder if someone watching here, or if a group of you watching, you have a mother or a sister like this. I mean, could be like a father, brother, but I'm getting very strong feminine energies where it's just argumentative and they go past your boundaries. They say things that are really inappropriate to you. You know, like they pry too much into your life. They go beyond what is respectful. And being in your Queen of Cups energy is not like having healthy boundaries, like putting those people at a distance from you. And then when you're able to do that, you can show up in the right ways for the people who do deserve your love, your kindness, your attention. But yeah, definitely like when you have emotional drains like that in your life, it affects you way more than you realize. And I think that is actually getting in the way of your success. Okay, get some further clarification here. We have the Devil coming out to clarify the Six of Swords. So guys, I mean, the Devil does represent like bad situations, you know? And we see here, you're in these rough emotional waters. The Devil represents like narcissism, mind games, manipulation, gaslighting, abuse, addictions, anything like that. And I do feel that it might be someone in your life. And you would already know who this person is. They just don't seem to take responsibility for their part in your connection with them. And you're a Queen of Cups with poor boundaries. So you keep trying to like fix the relationship or like get them to see how they're treating you. But this card is saying like find peace with or without them. You know, have your healthy boundaries, find peace with or without them. Don't wait around trying to change this person who is not going to change. Okay, let's clarify the Hanged Man in reversed. you're not stuck, by the way. Like, you're not stuck in this dramatic circumstance. We also have the Four of Wands in reversed to represent the Hangman in reverse, which is interesting. This combination of cards kind of reminds me of like being in a romantic connection where they're kind of, I don't want to say like leading you on, but like you're just like waiting for the relationship to develop, waiting for marriage, waiting to move in, waiting to meet their parents, but like you're just waiting. It's not happening. And actions are more important than words. And then that brings us back to the Devil card here, because the Devil could come out to represent someone who kind of like knows how to use their words to make it seem like they're on the same page as you, to make it seem like the relationship is moving forward, they're getting better. They give you kind of like that false hope, that breadcrumbing to keep you invested, but then you're not seeing any actions. And the Hangman reversed is saying like, pay attention to your surroundings. Are there actions aligning with their words? Four of Wands in reverse shows also, it doesn't even have to be a person, by the way, because these two cards can also be like you're waiting for some type of achievement or celebration in your personal life, and you're just stuck in this energy of waiting. The Hangman in reverse is kind of like the center of your reading, and it comes out to represent those moments in life where you're just waiting for the universe to move your life forward. Like, when will I find success in love, in career, in finances, in health, whatever. But the energy of waiting only produces more waiting via the law of attraction. So you're kind of that, and I think that's why the Devil card came out as well, because like you're not stuck waiting. You just have to like focus your energy on the things that bring you peace and the things that actually move you forward. Let's clarify some more and get some advice here. We have the Wheel of Fortune coming out to clarify the Ten of Cups. There's definitely really big positive changes that will be going on in your life. Whenever the Wheel of Fortune comes out, it's basically like my card of surprise. And surprise changes, things you didn't expect happening are going to happen. And that's clarifying the Ten of Cups in reverse. So I do wonder if there's going to be a change in your relationships or your living environment. We had the Sun come out in reverse. Yeah, things are definitely improving. Right now, you might not be able to see the sunny side. You know, when this is in reverse, it's still extremely positive, but it just more so is saying like, it reminds me of that song, "The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow." And I don't know. I think that a lot of positive changes are going to happen for you where you're no longer going to feel like you're waiting anymore. But in order to get there, in order to break out of that, you need to take on more of the King of Swords energy. I think that's your blockage. Being in the Queen of Cups reversed energy is the blockage, and then the King of Swords upright is your way out of it. Okay, taking on a more analytical, logical approach, making a plan. Okay, what exactly is your problem that is making you feel like you're not successful right now? Create a plan to get out of it. Like, use your mind. That is the way out. Using your mind, your logic, coming up with a solution in the mental realms, you know? So many tarot readers and channels like this that are into spirituality, we always try to find the spiritual solution to things. But sometimes life calls for a more physical solution or a mental solution or passionate solution. That's what the 4 different suits of the tarot represent. The swords represent the mental area of life. The cups represent the emotional, spiritual areas of life. And we see here that you were so focused on the emotional, the spiritual, but it wasn't working for you. If you don't have any pentacles here, pentacles would be like a more physical approach, and then wands would be a more creative, passionate approach, like kind of just following your whims. But it seems to me that your solution here is following your mind, your mental energy, your logic. Like, what is the logical solution out of this? Okay, moving forward, we're gonna get some oracle for you. Okay, we have some cards. The first one says, don't believe every shitty thought you have. Thoughts can be sneaky, lying bastards. Yeah. And this takes us back to the mental area of life, you know? If you're having more negative mindset, which we do see with the Devil card, feeling stuck in your circumstances, I feel like some of you guys might be going through a dark night of the soul where you're just like losing hope in the universe. You're like, universe, I've been trying everything that I can to manifest my success and it's not here, and you're starting to lose hope. And I think you're I think your thoughts are a really big player in this game, and you have to get your negative thoughts under control and start thinking more positively, okay? Instead of focusing on the energy of waiting and waiting and waiting, start focusing on what you can do and what you can focus on right now in order to manifest higher outcomes for yourself. We have get over yourself. Pull your crap together, and it says help people, give back, do stuff, do good stuff for humanity. Yeah, guys, when you're in this energy of doing, you're no longer in the energy of waiting. And I think that is your blockage here. There are certain outcomes that you want to see in your life, as represented by the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Cups, the Four of Wands in reverse, the Hangman in reverse. These are all telling a story of wanting a certain outcome that is not here right now. And when you're sitting around just kind of like trying to manifest and you're staying in that energy of spiritual manifestation, it kind of can put you into this waiting mindset, this waiting energy. And like we said, when you're in that waiting energy, it attracts more waiting energy. So what this is saying is literally do stuff. Doing stuff is your key here. Kind of like distract your mind with useful things. And it says help people, give back, do stuff for humanity. That is what is going to bring you success. Maybe you have a purpose here. I feel like you definitely do with all this Queen of Cups energy. You have a purpose here to help out humanity in some way. You know, your energy is very spiritual, emotionally intelligent, except for when it comes to your own crap. But you can give really good advice to other people. You're kind of like a light worker in that way, helping other people heal and grow. You seem to be very charitable, empathetic. And when you give back to society, when you work on your passion projects, and you distract your mind by doing things that are of service, that are valuable, you will attract more value all around you. We have You Do You coming out. You Do You, group number 2. Stop trying to change people. That stuff never works. Stop trying to change people. That stuff never works. Y'all, that is the message of the day for you, it seems. Okay, that's where that poor boundaries was coming in. It seems like your group number 1 actually had a kind of similar message here, where the boundaries within relationships seem a little bit like skewed, where you're overstepping boundaries. When you try to change, heal, help someone who doesn't want it, you are overstepping their boundaries. But not only that, but they are draining your energy. So it, like we said, that example of the friend who constantly complains and you keep trying to give them advice so they can become a better version, but all that's doing is draining your energy. You need to stop doing that, okay? And also analyze like if them complaining is actually an unhealthy thing, or if it's like normal venting and you're the one overstepping boundaries by giving advice needlessly, to someone who doesn't necessarily want it. Although I will say chronic complainers are annoying. So, you don't have to hang out with those people, but the message here is stop trying to change people who don't want to change, because it's draining you. All right. Stop talking. Exactly. And I take this more as like, stop pouring so much energy towards situations outside of yourself that are not returning energy back to you. Shut your mouth and listen. I feel like you're draining a lot of your own energy by trying to change and worry about the people around you. Interesting messages coming through. There's more boundaries that are definitely needed in your life with the people around you. For sure. And I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm saying it's 50-50, okay? The reason you're in this situation with these certain people is because they do reflect some of your energy back to you. That's just the way the universe works. So let's get some messages from your past loved ones and ancestors. How about that? Same message. Give back. It keeps coming up. This one happened. Wait, where was it? Yeah, help people, give back. It literally says it there. And now it's saying it here, give back, give back. So, I wonder if there's some karma building required for y'all. But don't do it in the name of like getting good karma for yourself. Do it in the name of like genuinely giving back to society. Today is the day to cast aside normal routines and make your main purpose to serve. This is actually a really good message for anyone who's having trouble with money as well. Or even relationships. Like maybe there's so many issues in your relationship. When was the last time you actually gave to this person, and acted generously towards them? But if you have your own business, for example, one of the main things on your mind is, how can I give back to humanity? How can I serve humanity and the world? And when you approach it from that place, you will always offer something of value to other people. Versus when you approach it from a place of, how can I get as much money as possible? You may not actually be offering anything of value. I went to college for business, and this is like the first thing they tell you. Value equals money. So it is about giving back without any thoughts or expectation of getting anything in return. Reach out and touch other people's spirits, as it's highly likely that someone really needs it today. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why. I'm getting charity, I'm getting peace. I'm getting like, it might be really healing for you emotionally to give back to others. Like, kind of giving me wounded healer energy here. It might be a part of your purpose to serve humanity in a larger way. Like, I don't know how that might be. Like, maybe it's a traditional way of charity, like literally going to a soup kitchen or volunteering to work with animals or something. Or maybe your form of giving back is by sharing the wisdom that you've gained over the years with other people through like a podcast, a book, a YouTube channel, social media, something like that. Give back in some way, share your wisdom in some way, your experiences in some way. It might lead you to more prosperity. It might lead you to more success. I just feel like you have a lot to tell people. It seems like you kind of came here as a healer, and if you don't give back as a healer, I think you'll be really out of touch with a feeling of success. Does that make sense? You can even give back through art, through music, through so many different ways. I'm just getting creative healing energy from you. And it's like your purpose. It's like your destiny. So if you're feeling unsuccessful, I do wonder if you are doing something in that field. All right. We'll get 2 more cards. This is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. We're going to get a spiritual lesson that you're going through right now. And if you learn it, it will help you reach success faster. We have the Vision Quest coming out. Beautiful card. I love this deck. This is probably my favorite deck. In the Vision Quest, you face your fear, embrace your mortality, and then meet face to face with spirit. When we feel stagnant, we saw that in the Hangman reversed. When we feel stagnant, a Vision Quest brings our lives into perspective. We realize our flaws, our potential, and the opportunities that life is offering us now. We remain on a vision quest until we find the key to open a new door or write a new chapter of our lives. So upright, Spirit is inviting you to take on a vision quest. It says this: find clarity by spending time alone in nature. If you live in a city, go for walks in a park. If you live in the country, make sure that you spend time outside in contemplation. Get off the couch, get away from your desk, and go outside. Spirit helps those who helps themselves. Exactly, that was a big message for you. Spirit helps those who help themselves. So set your intention and ask nature for a guiding vision for your life. Yeah, I think one of the problems here is that you may need help when it comes to like finding your purpose. Having a purpose in life really is just having a sense of responsibility for the well-being of future generations, straight up. Like, when you aren't giving back in some way, life can feel very meaningless. And you don't have to give back in these extravagant ways. Like, I honestly never struggled with this myself. I never struggled with not having a sense of purpose or direction in life. Well, I mean, direction, yes. Like, when I was done high school, everyone lacks direction after high school. You know, it's like there's so many different things you can do. But when I started this YouTube channel, like, I never once have had a day where, or even when I just started readings, not even this YouTube channel, I never once had a day where I felt like I didn't have a purpose, because the people that I was helping through the readings that I was offering, like, they would always constantly message me back explaining how the readings were accurate and how it helped them. I never once felt like I didn't have a purpose when I was doing readings. And it seems to me like a part of your success right now is kind of finding your own purpose and finding something that you enjoy doing, that you're passionate about, that helps humanity. You are a light worker already, and I think it's just a matter of finding out how you will express that. And how you express your light will change over the years, so don't think that it's going to be like this set thing. Like even me, I can't tell you that I'm going to be reading tarot for the rest of my life. Like this YouTube may change and evolve over time. I might do more like speaking stuff. I might, do more art stuff. I don't know. But what I do know is whenever I'm in service of humanity, I feel passionate and happy, and money doesn't even really bother me. Like I could be making no money doing this, I'll still have a sense of fulfillment. And I think your problem right now is gaining that sense of fulfillment. You need to find something that allows you to give back. And this makes sense because you're naturally a healer, a healing spirit, and you may be trying to heal and help the people immediately around you, but that is poor boundaries. I went through the same exact process before I started offering personal psychic readings. Like I would get these psychic messages and readings for the people around me, like my friends, my family, and I would try to give them that advice, but they wouldn't listen. The people around you are never going to listen to you, okay? They're never going to listen to your advice. And it's a waste. Don't try doing it. It's poor boundaries, The people in your immediate circle, like you're each other's support. You're not there to like kind of, as a psychic, I do not do psychic readings for my closest friends. I guess that's what I'm trying to say here. And as a light worker, the people immediately in your circle are not going to listen to you. And it's better off that way, trust me, because you don't want the people immediately close to you like worshiping every word that you say. You get what I'm saying? It's just like you need to find an outlet for your creativity, your spirituality, your light work that is not your immediate friends and family, because that will cause some issues for you. Okay, now moving on to your final message, your postcard from Spirit. Dear you, sometimes you just feel like no one understands you. My gosh, it's all coming together. You're not heard, or even that you don't count. This, my dear, is a terrible illusion, and although your feelings tell you that abandonment is real, well, we who love you know better. You are never alone, and even when rejection happens, you are ultimately being protected so better things can replace what wouldn't have worked in the first place. Everyone on this side of the veil is watching over you and rooting for your ultimate success. Life loves you, we love you, and you are a unique spark of the divine and always connected to the light and to the source. You are always in our care. Trust and keep the faith. Love you always and forever. Y'all, I'm about to give you the best business advice you've ever received, okay? Your friends, your family, your immediate loved ones are never going to be your biggest supporters when it comes to the things that you're passionate about. In fact, they may be your biggest haters. They may be dream stompers who don't think that your ideas or your plans are going to work out and they just want to protect you, okay? Let me tell you something. You would think, based off of how much time I spend doing tarot readings and talking about spirituality, that everyone in my life surrounded by me are also into this stuff. No one in my life, in my real life reality, is into tarot. Like straight up, no one's into this stuff. I am surrounded by atheists and agnostic people who think this is all a sham. They don't judge me for it, but you need to find an outlet for whatever your creative message is. I was even telling someone the other day, they're trying to become a light worker, or not a light worker, I'm sorry, a life coach. And they were gonna like spread their business via word of mouth and just sell their life coaching to friends. And I told them, your friends are not gonna buy that from you. The people around you who are closest to you, they are not gonna be your biggest supporters in business. When you're in a creative, spiritual, healing type of field, maybe if you were like an electrician or a hairdresser, sure, but like the people around you will not be your biggest supporters. Your support system is for like everyday emotional support, and having healthy boundaries is kind of not being in your light worker energy with those people. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense right now. I feel like this is something that only other people in this field will understand. Like the people who really cherish and value your work, your opinions, when it comes to what you're passionate about, are people who are also into that stuff. And those people will not be the people closest to you. Because if they were the people closest to you, it would turn into an unfair dynamic where they're putting you on a pedestal or something. So I guess what I'm trying to say is finding your tribe doesn't always mean finding immediate best friends and family. My tribe is also everyone who's subscribed to this YouTube channel. This is the only place where I can talk about my passion and channel messages from the universe. And that was what I was put here to do. You know, when I didn't have a YouTube channel and when I didn't have my business where I was able to do readings, it didn't stop me from being a medium. I still talked to spirits, but it was a very negative experience when I didn't have an outlet for it, because I would be getting all of these messages about the people in my life, and then I would tell them those messages and they wouldn't listen to me. They wouldn't listen to my advice, and it was a big drain for me. So what I'm seeing here is that you need to vent this energy somewhere. So I don't know what it is that you do. Maybe you're super duper passionate about cooking, for example, and this is your sign to write a cookbook, to create one of those fancy like Instagram pages with the short recipe videos and the aesthetic pictures. You know, there's so much you can do with your passions, and I feel like you're getting really hurt that the people around you aren't taking them seriously. They're stomping on your dreams. But I'm telling you from experience that it's going to happen. It's going to happen, which is where you need to develop healthier boundaries, you know, not share your passions with people who are like that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you heard what you had to hear, so I will leave it there. Like this video, comment how this resonated down below, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and if you want a personal reading one-on-one with me, the link to that is always in the description, spiritpsych.org. I'll see you guys for the next video. Bye-bye. Group number 3, welcome. What is standing in the way of your success? We're going to do a really simple reading today with just 5 cards explaining what is standing in your way. We'll do some clarification cards and some oracle from your spirit guides to give any advice and messages in regards to how you can overcome this challenge. Okay, what's standing in the way of your success? We have the Hierophant in reversed. Okay, you are not someone who is going to be doing the traditional way of things in your life. And if you have been trying to take a more traditional type of path, I don't really see it being super successful for you. So when I use the word traditional, I just mean like you weren't destined to come into this life and do the normal, like get your degree, find a job, work that job for 30 years, meet a spouse when you're in college, have 2 beautiful, perfect children. You know what I mean? Like that traditional path is definitely not for you. I don't know why with the Hierophant I get really strong Aquarius, Sagittarius energy. You might have some of those in your chart, especially Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. But I don't know. This is kind of a card saying to go your own path. Also, another thing I'm seeing that could stand in the way of your success right now is taking bad advice. So when the Hierophant comes out in reverse, it can sometimes represent the bad guru or someone who just isn't really guiding you in the right direction. So be really mindful and discerning about who is giving you advice. And really ask yourself, do I really genuinely think this person is qualified to be giving advice on this matter? For example, if you have a friend who was divorced 4 to 5 times, maybe you shouldn't be taking relationship advice from them. I don't know. Like, you know, like surround yourself with people who genuinely have a life that you aspire to have and get advice from them. But more importantly, when the Hierophant comes out in reversed, it's asking you to give yourself advice. Listen to your own counsel, your own wisdom, because your intuition is already guiding you in the best direction for you. We have the Queen of Wands in reversed. This always reminds me of the entrepreneur, the creative, the manager, someone who is a leader to some capacity in their life. In reversed, I'm kind of seeing some issues when it comes to management. So if you are working a normal traditional job, this can show up as you absolutely hating your boss, your manager, whatever, and they are kind of standing in the way of your success. If you are more self-employed or you have an idea that you want to develop into a full-time career, this is kind of saying you need to be a better manager of your own time, of your own energy, and kind of make sure that you are scheduling in the work that you need to do in order to reach your goals regularly. Every day you should be doing something that leads you to your success. When the Queen of Wands comes out in reverse, it kind of gives that energy of not it could really be someone who likes the idea of being a leader, of being a manager, but they're not willing to get down and dirty and do the hard work themselves. Does that make sense? Like they think they're qualified to just boss people around and tell them what to do, but they really don't know how to do the job themselves. So this could be someone external to you who is kind of preventing your success right now, especially if they're stressing you out, draining you. This could be a sign. These two cards together could be a sign. If you've been thinking about quitting a job, this is a big yes to that. Your job may be standing in the way of your success, or especially if you've been thinking about kind of creating your own path career-wise, this is a huge, huge yes. Like if you've been wanting to make your own business. Now, I wouldn't recommend this to everyone. Owning a business is definitely not for the faint-hearted and definitely not for everyone. But if this has been something on your mind, and it doesn't even have to be a business, it could be a creative project that you wish to turn into a business one day. These are all big yes answers, but you have to be really, really consistent with it and kind of work harder in a sense, if that is your plan, because Queen of Wands reverse can show having a lot of good ideas for this to develop, but you're simply not putting in the work to do it. Okay, moving on. We have the Three of Pentacles upright. Look at that. Yeah, this is being acknowledged for the hard work that you put in and starting to see results. I feel like this is exactly what you want to see right now. And when you went into this reading, you were kind of thinking of this Three of Pentacles. Being noticed, being seen for your work, for what you offer. So if you do have your own business, this could be people really eyeing you up and getting recognition for that business and getting more customers interested in you because they see how amazing you are. One of the best pieces of advice I have ever heard when it comes to business is that it doesn't matter how much heart you put into your business. It doesn't matter how talented you are at whatever it is that you do. What matters is money, okay? Money matters. Marketing matters. Without those things, your business ain't going anywhere. Think of this. Think of like Olive Garden, right? It's this huge chain restaurant. They have tons and tons of locations, and their food's all right. But like it doesn't beat when you go to those little like mom and pop shop restaurant things, and there's like two people working there. And the one has been there forever. Like they started the business when they're young. They're like 80 now. And it's like the best pasta you've ever eaten in your life. But you're like the only customer there. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter how much heart and passion you put into a business. What matters is that you know how to market it and you know how to manage that money, which sucks. It really sucks, but that's business, baby. So we have the Three of Swords. Okay, there's some type of disappointment. Now usually the Three of Swords represents betrayal, endings, but the word disappointment is really coming out stronger in this. Right next to the Three of Pentacles. This is making me, and next to these cards, especially the Queen of Wands reversed, it's making me feel like I should have been further in my career by now, or this business should have taken off. Or I felt like I should have been done school by now. It's this really like disappointing energy of like, hoping you would have been a little bit further along in your goals, but you are not. And I particularly feel like this is career financial related. So if this does not resonate at all, you might want to go back and pick another reading. Although I'm also seeing, now that I mention it, I'm also seeing disappointment in love for some people watching. Because it's kind of like, I thought we would have been further along right now. With the Hierophant in reverse, maybe you thought you would have been married to this person by now. You would have been kind of building something with this person, having a house or building a family or something, So I'm just seeing disappointment in the pacing of things and kind of feeling a little bit frustrated with the universe because of that. Because it's like, I just, you're ready. You feel like you're ready. You feel like you want this forward movement. We have the King of Cups in reversed coming out. Okay, I stand corrected. This may be love related for some people. Maybe love related for some people. We see here, and I feel like and I might be wrong, but I feel like you might be in your Queen of Wands reversed energy where you need to work harder at your goals and kind of get more organized, kind of manage your life a little bit better. And then the King of Cups reversed can represent someone else in your life who kind of, they're not moving along emotionally either. Or maybe you're kind of mirroring each other. This might be a mirroring situation if this is love, where they might be in a particular, oh my God, why can't I talk? They might be in a similar predicament where they don't have the best job either, and they're not being treated fairly, kindly by that job either. And oh dear, Valak, don't put your face into the fire. That's how we die. Anyways, I'm seeing two influences here, you and someone else in your life. With the two court cards, it kind of feels like the people around you are reflecting similar issues that you're having as well, where, they may be wanting some more recognition or growth, or they thought they would have been a little bit further along in their life by this point. And they are just reflecting the same energies that you carry within yourself, because the universe really is just a mirror to the energy that you're carrying. So you'll notice the same energy in the people around you. So start to ask yourself, what is it that bothers me about the people around me, and how do I carry that energy myself? And then once you change within, you'll notice your reality will change externally as well. It just kind of feels like a stagnant block almost when you're like feeling extremely ready to move forward. So that can be a bit frustrating, but you're definitely not taking the what's the word for that? It's not like traditional. It's like you're not taking the more obvious path in life. And I think that's something that you don't see. The universe is taking you kind of the scenic route, a better route for you and your happiness, but it may not be something that you're able to understand right now. There you go. All right, let's get some clarifying messages. We have the World card in reversed. Yeah, definitely ready to move forward, move on, move up in the world. It kind of, to me, feels like you are just, I don't know, wanting change to happen really bad. Like you're ready for change. You're ready for growth. You're ready for the next chapter in love. You're ready for the next chapter in career and finances. You're ready to level up. But in reversed, it's kind of saying some things need to be let go of. There are still some things that need to be changed before you are actually ready for this, okay? So let's get some more clarification here. But I feel like you're nearly there. You know what I'm saying? Like you're nearly there. Queen of Wands reversed. Let's clarify that card. We have Strength reversed. Yeah. Okay, this is a good clarifier. I definitely am seeing a need here to take your own goals and plans more seriously through action, okay? Like straight up. If you hate your job, for example, you don't like your boss, you need to be like every single day seriously applying to new jobs or seriously getting on board with your new path in life. I feel like there's this energy of kind of complaining, but not necessarily doing as much work as you could be. And sometimes, this is a tough message, but this honestly has been coming through in a lot of my readings recently. So I wonder if this is an energy that we're collectively dealing with at this time, or maybe you're just dealing with this at the time that you're watching. But I keep getting this collective message of you need to work harder than you think you're working. Like, it's this message of you think you're working hard, but you honestly could be working a lot harder. Or like you think you're doing a lot, but you honestly could be a lot more productive. And that may be why some goals in your life are stagnant. Like I'll give you an example. I had a friend who really wanted a new job, and they would apply to a job, like one job a month. One job a month. And in my head, I'm like, you need to do a lot more than that if you want to get a really good, high-paying job. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to put yourself out there. Or saying to yourself, like, say that someone really wants to manifest love. They go on one first date. It doesn't pan out. It's awful. And they're like, man, see, now this is a sign that, this is my cat Volok, by the way. This is a sign that it's just not going to happen. Okay, yep, just like right there. I just think you need to do a little bit more work is what I'm saying. Oh, sorry about that. Usually I don't move my cats off the desk, but he started trying to bite my hand. He's like weird. I don't know. He's a weird guy. And then he was going to knock the candle over. I'm not trying to start a fire, so sorry, but Volok had to go. All right, where was I at? Whew, maybe you guys have a lot of distractions in your life that distract you from kind of really sitting down, being super duper productive and getting focused. Oh, actually, that's a huge message, and definitely one that can resonate for a lot of you. so many distractions around you. It's hard for you to get into this moment where you just focus on the hard work that you need to do. Strength reversed really talks about doing the things that need to be done, having the conversations that need to be had. Okay, now here's another cat, Luna. Do you guys have cats? Are you a cat person? Are you an animal person? Because, I mean, come on. Like, they sense energy, and my cats love you, so they're sending you all of their snuggles, all of their playfulness. All right. We were talking about distractions, and then we had another distraction, so it's a sign. We have oh wow, look at that, the Hierophant reverse coming out twice in this reading. What are the mathematical chances of that happening? Like, literally, there's 10 cards, 78 cards in each deck, 2 decks, and the Hierophant came out reversed both times. Yeah, guys, don't take the path that everyone else is taking. And also be really, really mindful of other people's advice right now. For real. There may be people around you giving you bad advice, especially with the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands in reversed. These aren't people who are qualified, you know. Kings and queens, they're in leadership positions. When they come out reversed, they're not in a space in their life right now to be in that leadership position, but they're still in it. You know, that's kind of the vibe I get from these court cards in reversed. It's kind of like, you know, you could even have like a therapist who kind of sucks and is giving you bad advice, or a boss that's giving you bad advice, a friend, someone who kind of has you're giving a lot of authority to them. You're really taking their advice seriously, but I really don't think they're quite qualified to speak on it, especially when it comes to emotional advice and any advice involving your career, passions, and creativities. There's a huge, huge message here of following your intuition, of going your own way. That song's coming into my head now. If you go your own way, go your own way. Is that a Fleetwood Mac song? I think so. Go ahead and listen to that. It might have some lyrics for you. Yeah. Whoo! You shine your brightest when you are just your authentic individual self. So, like, stop trying to, and it goes beyond advice. Like, say you have a project that you're working on. Like, I always use the example of YouTube because we're literally on YouTube. Say you have a YouTube channel, right? If you are just kind of like copying what other people are doing, you're not really being your authentic self. And then you aren't going to stand out. And that would be why you don't see the success and recognition that you deserve. Even if you are doing the same thing other people do. Like, there's other channels that do pick a card tarot readings, for example. But I read the way that I read, you know? I have my own personal relationship with spirit, and that is how I channel my messages. Now, if I just copied messages from other readers word for word, it wouldn't be the same. And there are definitely readers out there who kind of give the same definition over and over and over again for each card that comes out. I don't like reading like that either. I like seeing what naturally comes out in a fluid way. So the point I'm saying here is, like, find your own way of doing things and don't conform, because I think that may be getting in the way of your success. Also, I feel like how do I put this kindly? It feels like you're ready for a leadership position or for more power in the form of money, in the form of position, in the form of people really watching you and the work that you're doing, more recognition. But are you actually ready? Are you actually ready for that? This period right now, the world reversed, where you're like feeling a little bit stagnant, feeling a little bit slow, the universe is actually preparing you for that level of recognition and success. Okay? The lessons that you are learning now are bringing you closer to that success, rapid fire style. Like, you're actually moving quite quickly to success right now, and you don't even see it. You don't even realize it. We have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm getting a really specific vision here of this time period right now where you don't necessarily have the level of success that you want. It's actually a time period where you're kind of learning how to calm down a little bit, become more mature, save your energy up, and build a really strong foundation for yourself for when you do reach that level of success. I really am strongly seeing for a lot of you, this is like really big success. This is like, again, a lot of you are entrepreneurs, having your own business that's really successful. There's a lot of power that comes with that. Or having like a really good job that's remote. There's a lot of power that comes from that. You could go anywhere in the world. You can do whatever you want. I'm also seeing a desire here for relationship success as well. And I'm specifically seeing like marriage or like a super long-term partnership here. And it's like you're waiting for that commitment or whatever. But this period right now, you're building a strong foundation that will lead you to a happy commitment. Because like Spirit's saying, like there are tons of people in the world, for example, who get married, but they didn't build a strong foundation within themselves and within that person. And it's a very unhappy marriage where, you know, the one person may be constantly telling the other person what to do, and it kind of takes away their freedom. And just look at all of our parents, okay? Look at all of our parents. You know, I'm not going to say every single one of our parents, like, are in unhappy relationships, but like a lot of the older generations are very unhappily married, unhappily like settled into a job they don't like. What is happening right now while you're in the stagnation is that Spirit is preventing that through different challenges that come up in your relationships, through kind of frustrations in your career that will guide you to following your own advice, following your own guiding light, in your own authenticity. You're becoming more authentic during this process. And then once you're living your authentic truth fully and completely, you will achieve this level of success. I'm also getting this vision here of like, you're not going to understand what I'm saying until after your success has happened. It's like, I feel like I'm talking to a teenager right now. I'm not to bully you guys, but like, I just really don't think you'll understand what I'm saying until you have matured and then have reached this success and you realize, oh my gosh, it all makes sense now. Like you will understand why you're going through this blockage now in retrospect. It's not a blockage. 6 of Cups is coming out with the King of Cups in reversed. Interesting. This is kind of giving me past vibes. Old energy, old relationship. But 6 of Cups is also happiness, long-term energy, standing by loyally to the people that you love. But it's right underneath that King of Cups reverse. I do wonder if some of you guys are going through temporary relationship issues or you've gone through a separation. There's just so much energy in this reading, like so many different things to pick apart and talk about. But I really want to get some advice from Spirit in general on how you can overcome this block. And I'm excited for this next card. It's from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Actually, you know what? This 6 of Cups makes a lot of sense now that I'm thinking about it. Because remember how we were saying, like, it's important for you to build a healthy foundation before you kind of blow up, before you kind of reach that success? Here's the reason why, okay? We see this in young people who get famous and rich really, really quickly. What happens to them? They become really ungrounded. Okay, they have these dramatic relationships and they get arrested. They go to drugs, you know? Like we see this all the time. People who achieve success too rapidly before they're ready, it can cause issues for them. And Spirit's saying, listen, we know that you've been working really, really hard. We are giving you the amount of success as soon as possible at the time that you're ready to receive it and not have that success tear apart your life. In particular, tear apart your beautiful relationships, tear apart your beautiful mental health. And that sense of groundedness, that sense of authenticity. Sometimes people get thrown into the limelight out of nowhere. And it can mess with their authenticity. You know, it can scare them. And I don't know how to describe it. The visions I'm seeing right now, Spirit is saying, we are giving you the maximum amount of success while still maintaining your authentic truth. That's what's coming through for you here. Everything in life comes back to a balance. And these overnight successes that we see from people will balance out as well. That is the scales of karma. That is the balance of the universe. So you're actually getting success in the best way possible for you, where you're going to be able to maintain that success for a really long time. Like, this is your highest path. You will be happy for a really long time. You're maintaining this level of success, this level of love, this level of happiness for a really long time. But right now in your life, you're kind of building the foundations for that. And you're frustrated that things aren't moving forward rapidly. But Spirit's saying, like, if you could see things from our perspective, you would understand that if you were to have this overnight success, if you were to have this thing right now, and it's not saying that overnight success will never be possible for you. It's just saying that the frustration that you are having right now, like, everything is happening within divine timing. I hate to go back to that because it's like such a cop-out, like, thing to say as a psychic tarot reader, but like, honestly, that's what I'm seeing. Your spirit guides are saying, like, we see all of the moving parts here. You do not. And what you are asking for will come, but it needs to come at the right time so that your spirit is not compromised. Okay, moving on. We have the curse coming out with 14. We're going to read this straight from the book. The curse refers to the limiting stories of our ancestors and the karma from former lifetimes that preordains the events of our lives. It is the source of negative patterns, and it can show up as a disease, a destructive force, or a blockage on our creative energy. The curse holds us hostage to a false story that we confuse for reality. Recognizing the original wound that is playing out in our life can heal it. When this card comes out upright, your spirit guides are basically inviting you to take on the lesson of the curse. And it says this: it is time to recognize the source of your limitations. Did your grandparents live with a mindset of scarcity? Did you inherit genes for heart disease? Were you a slave or a master in a past life? This karmic legacy is ready and waiting to be seen, to be untangled, and to be released. Honor the players and their stories. Forgive everyone and everything. Craft a new life course for yourself. We do see that in the World card in reversed. You know, this is a card of completing all of your lessons and starting again. So sometimes I read the tarot like this: the Fool's Journey, okay, of the major arcana. We start with the Fool, and to me, it appears as someone jumping off a cliff in spirit to dive into a new life, okay? So it's like the moment right before we're born, essentially. That's how I view the Fool card. And then every single major arcana card after the Fool is a spiritual teacher that we all encounter in life at some point. And he goes through those spiritual teachers one by one. And the World card is the final major arcana card that represents, I have completed all of my lessons, I've completed my journey, and it represents to me the return back to spirit as a completed journey, and now you have the freedom to start again, start over. So when the World card's coming out in reversed with this curse card here talking about past lives, I do wonder if there was a lesson that was not completed in a past life and you passed away kind of before you can learn that lesson. And I do wonder if that lesson has to do with being your authentic self and not conforming, because you have the Hierophant coming out twice. You know, maybe you were born to be this spiritual leader. Maybe you were born to be this creative entrepreneur. Maybe you were born to walk your own path in life and not conform to the things that society says is right or wrong. We see that in the curse card as well. In the message that we just read, were you a slave or were you a master? That whole system's messed up. You shouldn't be going along with that system in the first place, you know? But if you lived in that time and you were so used to it, that's why people had slaves. That's why people did that, because it was so normalized. But you need to be the person who thinks for yourself, who's able to think critically about what is normalized in society and not just mindlessly go along with it because you're told to do that. So where in your life is this unhappiness stemming from that relates to you not thinking for yourself? And I can give you the perfect example for this. If you hate your job but you are like abiding by what society is telling you have to do. You have to have this corporate job. You have to take out this mortgage, this car loan. You have to have a family. You have to be in this perfect amount of debt all the time and work maximum hours for minimum pay so that you're able to pay this debt, but you're never actually allowed to free yourself. And then that leads me back to the question, are you the slave or are you the master? You're a slave to the system that society is telling you to be a part of. But we have to bring it back to reality, kind of reel out a little bit, and remember that we're just a bunch of bags of blood and guts, sentient blood and guts on a big old rock floating through outer space. All of these systems are made up. Countries made up. Governments made up. Philosophies, the way of living, they're all made up. Like, you literally have the freedom to do whatever you want in this lifetime. And that is something that you need to remember, and remember it frequently. Use your critical thinking skills, y'all. Do the thing that you want to do. Don't do the thing that everyone else wants you to do. That may be getting in the way of your success. And then that song, If You Go Your Own Way, is coming back into my head. Ooh, this is a deep reading. I feel like you're really destined to kind of not live by the normal standards of life and reality. And you might have been kind of in some ways trying to do that subconsciously. And that's why Spirit's like hi Luna, not giving you the success. It's like, no, you're going to do things your own way. And the things that you're going through right now, the blockages that you're going through right now, it is kind of giving you time, space, and events happening that will bring you more into your authentic truth. We have relationships coming up as well. Relationships are just mirror images of your own life. Didn't we just say that earlier? How you feel and treat yourself, as well as how you react and respond to different situations and people around you. Be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for soul growth. I don't know why I feel like reading this from the book as well, like continuing that message for you. Especially with the King of Cups in reversed, maybe you are going through some relationship issues at this time. We bring you this card we feel that you may be questioning a certain relationship in your life. This card also signifies that it may be time to evaluate and appreciate the relationships. And we do see that in the Luna, please don't do that. You guys and cats, I swear to God. Okay, she did it. It may be time to evaluate and appreciate the relationships you have now or those from the past. We do see that in the Six of Cups as well. Right underneath that King of Cups reversed, it's time to appreciate your relationships. Good or bad, even a difficult relationship can be a surprising spiritual catalyst for you. Oh, you know what I'm seeing actually? I feel like your relationship and love life is weirdly tied to your success in career and finances. And you kind of had to move through certain relationship issues, endings, heartbreaks before you can develop success in your career and finances. I know that sounds so weird, but hear me out, guys. Spirit works in really mysterious ways. And you might have had to gone through these lessons in your relationships and work through those issues before you saw success in career, financial, and personal life. And vice versa. It might have like an interesting relationship where they're kind of connected. Okay. It's almost like when you're going through a relationship issue and you don't know how to resolve it, when you go back to yourself and work through your personal issues and kind of focus on you, then the relationship issue gets healed. And then it's like this back and forth thing, like a seesaw effect that I'm seeing of growth. I hope that makes sense. All relationships, whether they're on an emotional, physical, mental, or spiritual level, are part of the learning process and enlightenment of the soul. No matter what category a relationship falls into, it acts as a teaching tool for the lessons your soul needs to learn. It can help you understand, change, or enhance your individual qualities. Ask yourself, if it was in the past, what did I learn from that relationship? Or if it was a current relationship, ask yourself, what am I learning from this relationship? Different types of relationships have an uncanny way of identifying which aspects of your life need attention. At times, they reveal your vulnerabilities and insecurities, or your need for attention, approval, and acceptance. Let this card be the catalyst to either heal a current relationship or attract a more positive relationships for the future. There you have it. All right, let's get some more cards, some more advice, and then we will finish up. We have 2 more decks to go through. What is some advice for you? We have, okay, get the F out of your head, group number 3. Get in your heart, it misses you. Exactly. We also have eat your effing vegetables. Eat some stuff made by Mother Nature. Absolutely. What you eat definitely affects your mood, hands down. Hands down. And again, it goes back to this Queen of Wands energy of you might think you're eating healthy when you're not, especially if you live in America. Just pointing that out, okay? You might think you're eating healthy, and then if you actually look at the ingredients in some of this stuff, you realize, oh, that's not healthy at all. Great. Oh, there's no nutrients in that at all. Great. Oh, this has so many artificial dyes that cause cancer and are petroleum-based. Great. It's crazy to me. I'm basically on an almost entirely raw diet right now because of all the stuff that they put in processed foods, and like I don't have the time to cook all the time, you know? It's just crazy. Anything else? Get the F out of your head, get into your heart. I'm seeing like this deeper appreciation needed for your relationships, to be honest. This reading is all over the place though. All over the place. It just seems like there's so much stuff that is contributing to your success story. You need a big effing hug. Squeeze. It's so cute. This deck is so sassy. Yeah, allow yourself to love. I feel like you're in this very kind of abrasive energy right now, stressed out, and it's like there's a need here to calm down a bit. Calm down, follow your own counsel, understand that everything will be okay. Move with the flow of the universe. The universe is bringing you through overcoming relationship issues, stepping more into your authentic power right now. And I feel like you just need to go with the lessons that are right here in the present moment. Go with the pace that is right here in the present moment. Figure out what you can do in the present moment. Instead of like worrying so much about manifesting, worrying so much about what lies ahead in the future, you know, that energy is so anxious. It's saying relax into your present moment. Do the things in the present moment. I just want one more card, y'all. One more card. We have, you need a good effing cry. That makes sense with the 3 of Swords, okay? There might have been a relationship issue, some type of ending, some type of disappointment. Get the ugly cry on. Let that stuff. Your soul will thank you. All right, we're going to get a final message, a postcard from your spirit guides, past loved ones, and spirit, universe as a whole. What do they want to finish off this reading saying? The overall gist of what I'm getting, guys, is that you're already on the path to your success, and the issues that you're working through right now are weirdly connected to your success. You're almost there. Keep working. Your card is this. I'll read it to you. Dearest you, are you taking yourself and your problems too seriously? Boom, y'all. First sentence, straight up. Are you taking yourself and your problems too seriously? We see that in the relationship issues. It's saying you just need to appreciate them. You just need to hug. You know, oh my gosh. Maybe fear of the future is weighing on you. We literally just said that. We were literally just talking about this. Okay. We would like you to take a little break from all that and start having fun. When you stop fixating on what has been making you heavy-hearted, we get a chance to move some magic in your direction. We just need you to let go a little. Spirit needs some room and gets very inspired by your laughter when you have fun. When was the last time you got really loose, silly, and goofy? Maybe you need to go dancing or watch some very funny comedy to make you laugh, or call the one friend that you know will remind you of how ridiculous and delightfully giddy you can be. You will return refreshed and renewed and ready to once again see the world as less daunting. And you will be ready to receive in the perfect timing the bounty that Spirit has for you. There's that perfect timing message again. Don't you just love how much we care about you? What if the problem, like this is this type of stuff that I think about all the time. What if the problem isn't that you aren't abundant? Like what if you low-key actually are abundant in your life, but the problem is that your perception of reality is just more daunting and anxiety ridden. Like straight up. And we see this all the time in like millionaires, people who are super rich. Like, what is your problem? You shouldn't have any problems, you know? But they do. They have problems. And it's because like your perception of reality is sometimes way more impactful than your actual reality. And Spirit's saying you need to change your perspective like regularly. And it's not like, how do I put this? I feel like you get so caught up in everything that society tells you to get caught up and worried about. And Spirit is kind of reminding you to regularly do something. And by regularly, I mean multiple times a week. Regularly schedule in things that get your mind off of this daunting, heavy energy of society telling you you need to get all this stuff done and blah, blah, blah. Get out of that energy and get into fun. So several times a week, plan something that is really fun, hanging out with a friend that you just laugh with, running around, dancing, doing something silly, goofy, multiple times a week. And the more you step into that energy, the more life will actually be moving forward. The problem isn't necessarily your reality. It is your perception of reality. And it's actually kind of linked as well, because when your perception of reality improves, your reality improves as well. So I hope this made sense. I'm sorry if it was confusing. Thank you guys for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I do offer personal readings one-on-one on my website, spiritpsychic.org. Link to that is always in the description. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.